the one thing that stood out to me when I started seeing the content creators, especially certain content creators that were going after this right away, or
Mm-hmm.
as soon as it became available to the public. Number one, why wasn't any of this on the news?
Real life. If this ain't real life, this ain't AI.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is.
What do you feel about Mon'ique and what she said about the situation, kind of blaming Cat Williams for it and all that?
I don't know. I really didn't. I didn't go when I heard people talking about Monique, and it was weird. It was weird. I didn't want to see it. Um, I did go and look at some other people that know Cat Williams. I was really looking to see who was going to speak up for Cat.
Right.
That's what I went to go check. Who was talking about this Reggie Carroll situation, and who was going to speak up for Cat? You would have thought that there would have been a lot more people. I don't think anybody of a recognizable name that I've seen has spoken up for him at all. Not at all. Not in any way. Not by any means. Like, I feel bad for Monique. I think she's in a bad situation. I think she's in a terrible situation. I think she cares about everybody involved, and I think she's trying to say the best thing she can. I don't know. It's weird. This whole situation is weird. It's funny though, because the one thing that stood out to me when I started seeing the content creators, especially certain content creators that were going after this right away, or
Mm-hmm.
as soon as it became available to the public. Number one, why wasn't any of this on the news? That was the first thing that come to my mind.
Yeah, this should be big news, real big news.
Why wasn't any of this on the news? Like, and I get it. It happened, Tennessee, Mississippi state line, but even still, national news is all over social media. Why did we see more about this on the news? And if it wasn't on the news like that, and nobody was there except for these two gentlemen, allegedly, that's what they're saying. That's what, the authorities are saying. How did all of this information make it to the internet? You know, you got this Billy Soros guy.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be the number one stepper for going after Cat Williams on this story. Like, he didn't waste no time. He went to social media, called the man out, said all kinds of things, and talked about his character, talked about you know, his intimate whatever. And but it was the way he started it off. You the truth teller, right? You the one that knows everybody's business.
Right.
You could talk about all of this other stuff. Why aren't you talking about Reggie? Well, number one, whatever he had to say in that interview with Shay Shay, it didn't have anything to do with Reggie Carroll, did it?
Mm.
So I'm trying to figure out how one thing has something to do with the other. Everybody's talking about, oh, he was a brother, and him and Kat were so close. Were they? Do we really know how close they were? Then
Right.
people want to make a big deal. It's Cat Williams' house. People said that they seen him at that house. So just because you see somebody at a residence, that instantly means they own it. Maybe fans were watching him go in and out. I don't know. What I do know is that it was owned by a corporation and it was leased to a corporation. And Reggie and Mr. Carroll and Mr. Williams, what's his name, Trinell or something like
Yeah,
that?
Trinell, Marquise Williams.
Yeah, Mr. Williams were roommates there. Then you want to hear people saying, oh, well, if they was down there working with Cat, why weren't they staying in Cat's house? Cat has always, as far as I can remember, kept certain parts of his life separate. You know, when he had the house in Marina Del Rey in LA, his children didn't live there. The only people that came there were the people that were working, that were writing for the Adult Swim show and writing jokes, working with him on his comedy specials. His children lived in a completely different other house. And he went back and forth.
Right.
People that know him know that he's always lived his life compartmentally. So for people to make a big deal about, well, it was supposed to be Cat's house. Well, it's not Cat's house. It was leased to the LLC. Yeah, but I don't understand. If he was down there with him, why wasn't he staying in his house? Like, people seem to be making a big deal about a lot of things. And the one thing that I'm seeing that's real huge right now is that people are going after whistleblowers.
Yeah.
Heavy right now. Matter of fact, ever since the Diddy verdict came in and Diddy hasn't gotten out of jail, social media has become quite insufferable for anybody that's a whistleblower. People are going out of their way to pick fights. People are going out of their way to create little troll legions to go inside people's chats, go to people's websites, do this, do that. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. And up until now, Cat has pretty much been exempt from all of that. Matter of fact, of all of the whistleblowers that really didn't, that was really getting a lot of heat during this whole Diddy trial and the verdict and all of that, Cat was like the only one that nobody was really saying anything about. Am I wrong?
Oh.
Matter of fact, I asked somebody that a few weeks back. The way you come at me, the way you come at this person and that person, y'all ain't saying nothing about Cat.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move.